Imagine living in a city where the cost of a modest home pushes you into decades of debt, where bidding wars break out for even the smallest condos, and where everyday living expenses feel heavier each month. Now, picture discovering that just a province away, you could own a larger home, enjoy more disposable income, and still be part of a thriving economy. That's not a dream. It's the reality fueling a wave of interprovincial migration in Canada today, with Alberta and particularly Calgary emerging as one of the country's most attractive destinations. For decades, Canadians have moved across provincial borders for better job opportunities, lifestyle upgrades, or family reasons. But today, the trend is accelerating for one big reason: affordability. The relative affordability advantage Alberta offers, compared to provinces like British Columbia and Ontario, has made it a magnet for young professionals, families, and even retirees seeking a fresh start. Let's explore why this shift is happening, how it impacts the real estate market, and what it could mean for the future of Canada's housing landscape. The push factors. Why people are leaving Ontario and British Columbia housing affordability has reached a breaking point in Canada's largest provinces. Ontario, the Greater Toronto Area remains one of the most expensive housing markets in the country. Detached homes often exceed the $1 million mark, while condos, once considered entry-level, are priced out of reach for many first-time buyers. British Columbia. Vancouver is consistently ranked among the least affordable housing markets in the world. Despite cooling measures, prices remain sky-high, while everyday costs such as groceries, gas and childcare add to household strain. For many Canadians, especially younger families and millennials trying to get into the market, these provinces feel increasingly unattainable. Rising interest rates and stricter mortgage rules only compound the challenge, leaving some residents with little choice but to look elsewhere. The pull factors. Why Alberta stands out. Alberta offers a combination of economic opportunity and relative housing affordability that is hard to ignore. Lower housing costs. Calgary and Edmonton remain significantly more affordable than Toronto or Vancouver. For the price of a condo in downtown Toronto, families can often purchase a detached home in Calgary with a yard and extra space. This affordability advantage gives buyers greater stability and quality of life. Job market and economic growth. Alberta's economy, traditionally driven by energy, is diversifying. Sectors like tech, logistics, and renewable energy are growing, offering employment opportunities. Calgary, in particular, has positioned itself as a rising hub for startups and innovation. Quality of life. With access to the Rocky Mountains, abundant green spaces, and shorter commutes compared to Toronto or Vancouver, Calgary provides both urban convenience and lifestyle benefits. For many families, this mix is incredibly appealing. Tax advantages. Alberta's lack of a provincial sales tax and generally lower cost of living make everyday life more affordable. Over time, these savings add up and allow households to build wealth more effectively. Migration by the numbers. Recent data underscores the scale of this migration. Alberta has led the country in net interprovincial migration gains, with tens of thousands moving in from other provinces, particularly Ontario and British Columbia. Calgary alone has absorbed a significant portion of this influx, driving up housing demand, even as the market tries to keep pace with new construction. This migration trend is not just about numbers, it reflects deeper frustrations and aspirations. Many movers are seeking relief from financial stress, while others want to raise their children in a more affordable, family-friendly environment. Impact on Alberta's real estate market. The influx of newcomers has had noticeable effects. Tightened supply. Even though Alberta has one of the fastest housing start rates in Canada, demand is outpacing supply in key areas. This has led to rising prices, particularly in Calgary, though they remain lower than in Ontario or BC rental market pressure. With new arrivals not always ready to buy, the rental market has tightened. Vacancy rates in Calgary have dropped, and rents have climbed, making investment properties more attractive. Shift in housing preferences. Families migrating from Ontario or BC often look for single-family homes with more space, driving demand in suburban neighbourhoods. Younger professionals, meanwhile, are fueling demand for modern condos and townhomes closer to downtown. broader economic and social implications. This migration is more than a housing story. It's a demographic and economic reshaping of Canada. Population growth in Alberta. Rapid growth strains infrastructure, schools and transit systems, requiring proactive city planning. Projects like Calgary's Green Line LRT will play a key role in accommodating expansion. Cultural diversity and vibrancy. Newcomers bring new cultural energy, ideas and businesses, enriching Alberta's social fabric. Regional inequality. While Alberta gains population and momentum, provinces like Ontario and B.C. face the challenge of retaining talent. This could lead to long-term shifts in economic power across the country. The risks and challenges. While Alberta's affordability advantage is real, there are challenges to consider. Price pressures rising. As more people move in, Alberta's housing affordability could erode. If supply doesn't keep pace, newcomers may find themselves facing similar struggles to those they left behind. Economic volatility. Alberta's history of dependence on oil prices makes its economy more cyclical. A downturn could impact jobs and housing demand. Infrastructure strain. Rapid population growth demands investment in healthcare, schools and transit. Without it, quality of life could be compromised. Looking ahead, will Alberta stay affordable? The central question is whether Alberta can maintain its affordability advantage. The province has the land and political will to build more housing, but execution will be key. Policies supporting density, rental construction and infrastructure expansion will shape the outcome. If Alberta manages growth effectively, it could remain Canada's beacon of opportunity, a place where home ownership is not a distant dream, but an achievable reality. If not, it risks repeating the affordability crises of Ontario and British Columbia. So, as Canadians continue to pack their bags and head west, Alberta stands at a crossroads. It can either cement its reputation as the land of affordability and opportunity, or it can fall into the same trap of skyrocketing prices and housing stress. What do you think? Will Alberta successfully balance growth and affordability, or is it destined to follow the same path as Ontario and BC? And if you had the choice today, would you consider making the move?